Two cyclists were killed just days apart in separate crashes on St. Claude Avenue. The New Orleans biking community is pleading for drivers to be more careful when they share the road. Maddie Kurt reports.
This is a reading from the Gospel according to Luke. An expert in the law stood up to test Jesus.
Raising his voice in competition with constant traffic on St. Claude Avenue, Jeffrey Faircloth gave a spiritual tribute to his little brother the only way that seemed right. He told a story from the New Testament that carries with it a lesson. He says in faith, being a good neighbor isn't judged by religion or background, but by how we show compassion and take action. French Quarter bartender Michael Adam Milam was killed by a hit-and-run driver while biking home from work in the early morning hours of July 12th. On Saturday, a white ghost bike was installed to mark the spot where Milam died, just weeks after he'd moved to New Orleans from Texas. A 19-year-old driver, Thomas Riggio of St. Bernard Parish, has been accused of the crime.
And he didn't even call the police, just left. What kind of neighbor is that?
Riggio, arrested within 24 hours of the crash, is now free after posting a $75,000 bond. And Milam is now remembered with that white bike placed on what cycling advocates say is one of New Orleans' most dangerous traffic corridors.
If you're aware of the risks there, it's a terrifying place to ride a bike.
Clark Thompson works directly with the families of fallen cyclists, leaving these tributes in the places they last rode. He says while planning Milam's memorial, he got word that another cyclist was killed, this time Thursday on St. Claude. A 65-year-old man was fatally struck by an 18-wheeler turning onto Franklin Avenue. Thompson says he and other activists have pleaded to the city and the state to expand St. Claude's bike lane.
It's much too narrow. Look for bicyclists. Look for opportunities to slow down for a bicyclist. Look for opportunities to slow down the cars behind you and block for a bicyclist.
After tributes from loved ones, Milam's ghost bike was chained in place on the neutral ground near Alvar Street.
Whether or not you're a religious person or not, there's a deep humanism in this.
It's now covered in messages as a sober warning.
We're going to see more ghost bikes until they make a change.
Councilman Eugene Green said last week the city is limited in changes it can make. Because St. Claude Avenue is a state highway, the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development has control. In New Orleans, Maddie Kurth, Fox 8 Local First.